What is good, everybody? Ice Age Beats here in the studio once again. We're about to tap into the studio and do this in-depth sampling tutorial. So this is samples part 2, how to sample part 2. We're gonna be tapping in and going into FL Studio, getting right to it. A lot of you guys liked the video, the last sampling video, but a lot of you have also asked for the other method that I use to sample. So I want to show you that today. Let's get right into the studio and get right to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and tap in. I've got a sample. I pulled it from Splice. Shouts out to Splice, super dope. And you could, this is sampled from Splice, but you can get a sample from anywhere. You can get a sample from a song. You can even do vinyl. I have a lot of vinyl that I could sample as well. So wherever you want to get the sample from doesn't matter. But I grabbed it from Splice. I grabbed something really dope. I think it's gonna work. That's the key. That's the thing, not the key, but that's the beauty in sampling. Sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you want it to, but that's what makes it kind of fun. So let's go ahead and tap in. I'm gonna let you listen to the beat or the sample. What I'm gonna do is pitch it up though, so I don't get flagged. And honestly, rule of thumb, just a quick little bonus: having your sample maybe after you sample it, whether you grab it from a vinyl or grab it from online or whatever, wherever you get it from. Have fun with it, like make it your own, pitch it up some, you know what I mean? Like change the key of the song, try to make it completely different. That's the kind of the point, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna pitch it up so you can hear it and so I don't get flagged, but also I'm probably gonna end up just pitching it up in general anyways. So let's go ahead and do something here. Let's pitch this joint up to, that's too low. We're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna let you listen to it. Oh my goodness, that joint is crazy. Alright, so from here, like I said, the last video I did when I showed you how I sampled it right in the playlist, we could do that, but I want to show you the other way that I would do it. And honestly, depending on the sample, this is kind of a more complex sample, so I'm going to do it this way. What I usually do is I'll drag it into Fruity Slicer. Boom. Alright, so we have the sample that's right here. We're going to pull up Fruity Slicer. That's what we're going to use today. And basically, open up Fruity Slicer, go ahead and turn off D-Click, turn off Auto Fit, turn off Auto Dump. I always turn those off. I keep Animate on so I can see what's going on when I'm clicking the keyboard. So how I do it is very simple. Open up the sample, just click on it right here in the channel rack, and then go up here to the, well, I'm tripping. Channel rack's already open. So perfect. We have the sample open on the left-hand side, channel rack's right here on the right-hand side. All you have to do is grab the sample, drag it right in Fruity Slicer, and then that's it. Hit spacebar because it's going to play it. We can get rid of that in the playlist because we don't need the sample in the playlist. I usually keep it in the project just in case I need it for reference. Then we open up Fruity Slicer, and we're about to tap in. Alright, we're about to tap in. So, hold on real quick before we keep going. If you're new to making music or you're trying to improve your craft, or honestly, if you're not sure about your music, you're not getting the sounds you want, you're not getting the quality you want, I promise you, this workshop is for you. Check out the Pro Producer Workshop. It's absolutely free. I'll leave a link in the description. It's about a 30-minute workshop breaking down the ins and outs and honestly the 3 main pillars of creating better music and being a better music producer. So check it out. It's absolutely free. Link in the description, or check out the website. It's right here. Let's get back to it. You see all these chops. It's kind of too much, to be honest with you. Way too much. Easy way to fix that, just go up to the slice button, click on it, and you're able to choose different options. You can do a dual auto slice, medium auto slice, sharp auto slice, which is basically what this is right now. It's all these cuts. All right, you can go by beat. You can go half beat, 1/3 beat, 1/4 beat, no slices, 0 cross check slices. That's pretty cool too. I should try that. And then we have all this stuff right here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't use this. I'm not gonna lie. I probably should tap into it, but I don't use any of that. I'm gonna go to beat. And the thing with Fruity Slicer, you have to just play with the slices. You could, sometimes I do beat, sometimes I do medium slice, sometimes I do a dual slice. It just depends, all right? I typically do beat, and then I go from there. So it always starts in on C, middle C, so. always starts on middle C. So what I would do from there is, I feel like it's still too many slices, so let me just adjust the these buttons right here, and this is basically just the cuts. So this is just determining how much sensitivity, like the sensitivity to low frequencies and then the sensitivity to high frequencies for it to cut. All right. So just mess around with this, to be honest with you, until I find something I like. Then I'll start on middle C. And the cool thing about Fruity Slicer, I've mentioned this before, it just does random chops, and I kind of like that because it creates it for you. You know what I mean? It doesn't it does its own chops, and I kind of like that about Fruity Slice. It's not perfect. It's not like Serato Samples where you can kind of select where you can chop, which I think is cool. But I also find that when it does the random chops, it creates its own thing. You know what I mean? Basically what you want to do is just mess with something on the keyboard, find a pattern, as I was doing just live right there and then, and find what you like. I like that pattern so far, but there's more to the sample, so I want to just scrub through and kind of see what else there is to add to it. Maybe there isn't much else to add to it. Keeping it simple isn't always a bad thing. So what I'm going to do is move this up an octave. That way we get more of the sample here, right? We get more of the actual sample, and we don't have to, you know, because it stops right here. So instead I moved the whole keyboard up. Middle C is now over here, if that makes sense. Tell from just that one sample, I found 3 different ideas, cool ideas, and basically what I'll do is I'll just play around till I find, you know, what fits right, which one I like the best. It's kind of like, it's hard to kind of explain, but I want to kind of show you the process of me just messing around the keyboard and finding something dope. All you have to do is find a cool pattern, something that's really catchy, and go from there. So I'm going to pick one of those and make a beat around that. So it's probably like 140. All right. So that's another key, quick little bonus. Okay, it's finding the sample and the tempo without allowing the project to tell you what the sample is going to be or what the chop's going to be. So when I lay down this project or this pattern in my head, I had a tempo already, right? So now I need to find the tempo and adjust the project to that. Okay, so just finding it, just turn on your metronome and then play the instrumental you had or the pattern you had in your head with the tempo you had ideally, and allow yourself to set the tempo to what that is. It might be like 150 though. It might be 160. That's it, it's 160. All right, so now we can lay down our actual melody for the sample that we wanted to do. And yeah, that's how I would do it. So find the tempo after, per se. That's what I would do. I would find the sample because you're going to feel it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel it. Depending on how it's chopped, you might want to play it quicker. If it's a slower sample, you might want to play it a little slower. So let the sample tell you, you know, what's going on, so you can fill it out. And then allow the project to, and then you can adjust the project to what it needs to be. All right, so this is what we decided to go with. It's very simple. It's just like a melody or a pattern. You want to have the same pattern, and then at the end change the last key or so to kind of create a full loop, and it kind of creates some dynamic to it. All right, so let's listen to it real quick. All right, So see how we kind of changed it at the end? It is a little choppy, but we're going to fix that. That's what we're going to do next, all right? So let's go ahead and quantize all of this. I think we're quantize. Okay, cool. Quantize all of it. It's very easy. Select all right? And then just go up to the top. Wrench tool, hit quantize, boom, you're good to go. And then also I like to possibly extend everything, but let's hear it first. Let's adjust the end part first before we do that. We could turn the metronome off too. Like that. See how kind of the last piece, I'm pointing at the screen, but my bad. This slice 20 is basically the same as slice 1, so right, and then you feel me? So it kind of creates that seamless loop. So let's hear it all together again. I like it the way it sounds. Is fire. So what I want to do is extend all of these out, and it's very easy. Very easy to extend all these out. You can do this on your melodies too. Select it all right, Control A, and then just do Control L, and it's going to extend everything out until the next joint that you have in there. If that makes sense. So it's going to extend each one out until it cuts itself into the next one. If that makes sense. All right. So let's hear it now. I like it so far. So it's a little choppy. And another way we can adjust that choppiness is stretching the sample. All right, easy way to do that. Go right in here. I believe it's this one right here, TS. It says TS. That's the stretch tool. You're gonna go up and down. It's gonna either make the sample a little shorter, quicker, or it's gonna kind of stretch it out. So we'll bring it up a little bit. See how it makes it quicker? Let me go up a little higher. I'm sorry, this going up stretches it. I'm sorry. So going up actually stretches the sample. See how it's kind of overstretched? Alright? And if you go down, it makes it shorter. See what I'm saying? So that could be used to kind of adjust things. So we're going to go up a little bit because we want to extend the sample just a little bit. Alright? And you can tell visually it's stretching it out for us too. That sounds tough. I love it. It's great the way it is. Now another thing we can do to kind of create to help with the clipping, because there's a lot of clipping going on between the samples, between the chops and the samples. A great way you could do that is right on the right hand side, the attack and decay. So that's going to basically fade in and fade out the ins and the outs of each sample. So I usually just turn the attack up just a little bit, and as you can tell, a little bit, maybe you can see in the sample, it kind of makes it a little smaller. So it kind of just fades it in, fades it out. All right, we're going to do both of those, just a little bit. So it's more seamless, you know what I mean? Tough. I like have the sample right here. Let's go ahead and let's add some EQ. That's probably the first thing I always add. All right, because I'm trying to get rid of those low ends. I don't want those low ends. Can't really add a kick and a bass if we want to, or 808 if we want to, if there's a bunch of low end in the frequencies. All right, in the sample. So let's go ahead and cut the lows. Easy way to do it. Just grab the one. We're gonna do steep 6, and then we're gonna do type. We're gonna do a high pass shelf. Boom. And what we can do is just hover over number 1. See how it's kind of blinking or jumping like that, and just hit the scroll button, and it kind of adjusts the curve. All right. So we just want to kind of like, moderate, and then we just want to drag it in, and let's just hear it. I want to keep some of the low in there. Kind of create some character. Let's try Destructor. Let's try Destructor real quick. See what he's talking about. Let's cut the speaker one off. have our sample. Let's go ahead and drag in. I want to add something like splice. I'm not splice. Like arcade or something like that. Alright, let's see if the second melody will work. It's going to be in E flat minor. Oh, G sharp, that's right. Let's see. See if we can find something. Alright, very simple, just 3 keys. That's it. Hey, hey. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and add the drums because I'm already feeling this. I'm feeling a vibe. I don't know where I want to go with it. I'm probably going to do like a boom bat type vibe. So let's see what's good. What we want to do is add some drums. What I'm going to do first though, you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and drag in MT Power. NT Power. Shout out to MT Power drum kit. You feel me? The free kit for real drums. It doesn't work for everything, but for hi-hats, open hats, I use it a lot. It's fire. So let's find an open hat. It's so subtle, but it sounds great. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. All right. So all I'm going to do now is just arrange this out, get it together. And honestly, it's a very simple beat. What I might do, actually, let's mess around with adding a bass. Super dope bass to this joint. All right. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, comment below and let me know if you think this joint is hard, bro. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and arrange this. I gotta figure some things out, figure out where I want stuff. That's gonna take some time, but it's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and play the finished beat as I arrange it, and then that'll be it. Alright, so that is the beat right there. I hope you enjoyed this training, this in-depth tutorial for sampling. I hope it was very valuable to you. Of course, if you're new to making music or you're trying to improve your craft, trying to get better at making better music, being a better music producer, check out my free workshop. It's absolutely free. Pro Producer Workshop. It's right here and in the description below. Alright, other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.